Amigos, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos sean ustedes a la casa de los Yohaneros. Go, go, go. Gracias por ser parte de esta gran familia. Y bueno, pues en esta transmisión especial de lo que ocurrió en el UFO Fest, hoy les voy a compartir el homenaje que se le dio en el World UFO Fest a Giorgio Tsoukalos, que sabe usted muy bien que es integrante del programa de televisión Alienígenas Ancestrales, uno de los programas de televisión con mayor rating a nivel planetario, uno de los mejores, que hacen referencia a la teoría de los antiguos astronautas, es decir, seres extraterrestres que habrían llegado en algún momento de la historia a nuestro planeta y que estarían o que habrían estado interactuando con nosotros. Y fue precisamente, sabe usted, que en La Rumorosa, en el poblado, que hay una calle con el nombre de Giorgio Tsoukalos, que hace esquina con la avenida Sixto Paz. Y bueno, pues hoy les voy a presentar ese homenaje. Hay unas partes que están en inglés, pero ya después llega la traductora y comienza a hacer esa traducción del inglés al español. Así que vamos a poner mucha atención, es algo muy interesante, es algo que estoy seguro que nos va a llevar a seguir entendiendo pues lo que implican estos grandes temas de las otras realidades, ese vínculo de los seres extraterrestres en el pasado, los recientes avistamientos y cómo Giorgio se compromete a que en el 2023 estará en el World UFO Fest 2023. Vamos a escucharlo para que todos ustedes tengan la información referente a este asunto. Le doy otro dato. En esos momentos, bueno, el auditorio estaba completamente lleno porque, bueno, sabe ustedes que el primer homenaje se le hizo a Jaime Maussan, que ya también está publicado aquí. El segundo homenaje fue a Sixto Paz, que también va a estar publicado acá. Y el tercer homenaje fue a Giorgio, que es lo que vamos a mirar, este tercer homenaje que se realizó en el UFO Fest de Tecate. Así que, bueno, pues vamos a mirarlo, vamos a poner mucha atención a todo lo que nos dijo de información Giorgio Tsoukalos. No se lo pierda, comparta este tipo de videos, estos materiales, para que todos tengamos la información y estemos debidamente informados.
On Rumorosa in the future?
Yes, I would hope so. I mean, I'm sure because, you know, this whole area, I mean, it is one of the biggest hotspots in the world. And so, you know, I think it's definitely on my list, especially now.
¿Alguien quiere hacer una pregunta a Giorgio? Si quiere acercarse aquí, porque queremos interactuar un poco con él. You're going to be a question from the audience. It's okay?
Sure, yes, please.
¿Alguien se quiere acercar con Giorgio aquí? Venga, para que le haga una pregunta, ya que él está muy interesado en conocer de todo lo que implica, ¿no? Quiere conocer a la gente en persona, quiere saber que ustedes son personas que hacen mueca, que ríen y que pueden tener. ¿Alguien quiere venir a hacer una pregunta? Tenemos el micrófono abierto para Giorgio. Giorgio, when you go to one part of the world like Egypt or like Peru, the sightings you have right there, do you imagine that Rumorosa has that sightings?
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, what's so fascinating to me is that in this day and age, you can be in Egypt, you can be in Mexico, you can be in Switzerland, you can be anywhere on the planet, and something strange is going on up in the sky. And, you know, I'm the first one to admit that many of these things that can be seen up in the sky, especially at night, you know, recently you had, you know, these launches with Starlink. So many people thought that they're seeing this line of UFOs, but it's the Starlink satellites. So many of these sightings do have a terrestrial answer, and there is no question in that. However, worldwide, there are about 5 or 10% of these sightings that cannot be explained away yet with conventional ways. So what is that? And that is why we're all at the UFO, the World UFO Fest right now, exploring these questions about, you know, what's going on in our skies, because something clearly is going on.
Giorgio, one of the audience has a question for you. Come in, venga para acá. Juan Carlos Peña from... Tradúcele, Marco.
Placer, hola.
My name is Juan Carlos Peña Gomez and I live in Tecate City.
I got a small house. ¿Qué harías si tuvieras un portal en tu casa y muchos seres, infinidad de seres salen y extraterrestres y logras hacer contactos con ellos y se hacen presentes?
Okay, what would you do if you had a portal at your place, at your home, and a lot of beings come in and out from your place and from the other dimensions and have contact with you? What would you do?
Well, first of all, I would make sure that my video camera is loaded with battery. So, and then I would say, okay, where are you from, first of all? Where are you from? What planetary system? And then the second question would be, how did it begin for you? Who were your first teachers? Because the ancient astronaut theory proposes that a long, long time ago, we've had teachers that taught us the first, scientific disciplines in astronomy, in mathematics, in agriculture. All around the world, we have these ancient stories of someone imparting this knowledge to us a long time ago. And so then often I am, ridiculed, or I'm laughed or looked down upon, and they say, oh, okay, so you are suggesting that a long time ago, our whole planet, that we've had help from aliens. So what about those aliens? Did they also have help from aliens? Ha ha ha. Well, the answer to that is a resounding yes, because this whole thing you can play backwards, and however long you can play backwards, if there is a beginning, that is creation. And so, and even if there was a beginning, I mean, that's a big question too about the Big Bang and things like this. But I would ask the question, where are you from and how did it begin? And thank you that I can finally go on vacation.
Okay, primero que nada...
Sí me entendí. Pero si ya encontraste la respuesta y tienes todo eso en un resumen ya en tus manos y ya no hay más preguntas porque son 55 clases, ¿y no eres testigo o no? Son 55.
Okay, what else could you ask?
Esa respuesta de un infinito no. Aquí.
Muy bien. Okay, first I will translate your answer and then I will ask the second question, okay? Primero que nada me aseguraría de tener cargada mi cámara para poder grabarlos. Y segundo que nada, les preguntaría de dónde son, de dónde vienen. Y la tercera pregunta importante que haría sería preguntarles quiénes son sus maestros. Porque al principio de la creación se habla de que tuvimos maestros. Entonces, pues quiénes fueron los que los enseñaron a ellos para que ellos nos pudieran enseñar a nosotros. Okay, the second question. The second. Si ya están todas esas respuestas plasmadas.
Si ya tienes a eso, si tú ya tienes todas esas respuestas y ya las tienes plasmadas en fotografías y encontraste la respuesta de todo lo que tú te preguntabas en la vida, no únicamente en el pensamiento, sino a través de fotografías y videos que cuando mando la luz se presentan en el momento que yo les indico, teniendo evidencia infinita.
Okay, what else can you ask or do if you already have the evidence for the answers for those questions, for those three questions, and the evidence in videos and the other kind of documents? What else can you ask or could you ask or do?
Well, I mean, look, I would also then ask, you know, how long ago were they here? When were they here for the first time? And, you know, just because here's the thing that, you know, these visitors in this day and age today in modern times, in my opinion, it's not the first time that we are being visited. So, you know, with the ancient texts and the ancient, also with the oral traditions, you often hear about the so-called guardians of the skies or the watchers. And so while I am a proponent of the ancient astronaut theory, I do think that they've always been here, they've always watched. And so, you know, I think that it will be an amazing, I mean, first of all, it would be an amazing conversation to have, you know, so hopefully one day that will happen. We should all be so lucky.
Okay. Dice que... Okay, he said, dijo muchas cosas, pero déjenme ordenarlas. Ok, menciona que él preguntaría cuánto tiempo tienen aquí, porque pues he sabido que no somos la primer civilización que hay, ha habido otras, entonces cuánto tiempo tienen aquí, y también menciona que le gustaría pues un día formar parte de eso y pues poder también tener contacto de la manera en la que usted tiene.
Listo, gracias.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. The second person is here.
Hola.
Hola.
Te traemos un regalo que es parte de las pinturas rupestres de la Rumorosa.
Okay.
No sé si se lo podamos mostrar
They have a present for you. We have some paintings, old paintings, very antiques, and in Rumorosa, and they want to show you. So I will put it in the camera so you can see it.
Yes, this is fascinating. In fact, when I learned about this great honor that you have given me, I have looked at some of the petroglyphs that I found online. Yes, and there is one being, it has 3 heads. So there's like 3 heads on top. And and this one has the one with the rays. Sure, yeah, no, it's all very fascinating. So I really would like to you know, come out there and check out those petroglyphs, especially the ones where the one creature has the 3 heads, which is excellent.
Okay, this is a present for you, and they will send it. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. And by the way, how do you greet this 3-headed alien? Hello, 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 or hola, hola, hola.
Ok, menciona que él se metió a internet cuando lo invitamos aquí, y él se metió a ver las fotos de las pinturas rupestres y había un alien con 3 cabezas. Entonces dice que cómo lo saludaríamos, pues diríamos hola, hola, hola.
3 veces.
3 times hello. Okay, next question.
I like that shirt, very cool.
Thank you, Mr. Tsoukalos, it's an honor. My first question is, with technology, how it's going today is very fast. How much more technology do you think that we're going to get from beings from other worlds? And when or how long do you think that that our government's going to take before they start sharing information from other worlds that they have?
Okay, so I only heard there's a lot of echo, so I didn't quite hear the 2 questions. But if you can maybe repeat yourself, there's a lot of echoing, so.
Okay, Mr. Tsoukalos, it's an honor. My first question is that with technology, it's moving very fast nowadays.
Yes, technology is moving very fast, okay.
So in the next, where do you see that we are in the next 10 years with technology that we have gotten from beings from other worlds? And then also my second question is going to be, how long do you think it's going to take before our government starts admitting and sharing with us with some of the information that they've
got? Well, so Philip Corso, in his book, The Day After Roswell, proposed that the reason, for example, why we have this fast development of IBM is that it was a reverse engineer situation from the crash in Roswell. And so I think it's a fascinating idea to make that proposition, because up until 120, 140 years ago, we've just had this industrial revolution, and before that we were in horses and chariots, basically, or horses and buggies. And so this acceleration of a technological evolution that we're experiencing right now, some have proposed, including Eric von Däniken in his latest book, is that these watchers have been with us this entire time. And so that this acceleration of technology, especially the way we've experienced it in the last 50 to 80 years, or especially what's been going on in the past 30 years, this whole move from analog to digital, that is something that may or may not have to do with an extraterrestrial observation. So, to me, these questions or these ideas are fascinating. I have no tangible proof for that, but at least the exploration of such an idea, to me, is interesting. And, because right now, the technology that we use still with rocketry, what SpaceX is doing, it's wonderful, it's great, but at the same time, it's still, liquid propulsion, and it's chemical, it's heavy, it's expensive, it's volatile, it's incredibly dangerous. And so, I think that, we are headed in the right direction, and I think that it's possible that there is some guidance going on, but again, that is pure speculation. But I think that, we will experience it in our lifetime, we are already experiencing leaps and bounds in technology. 10 years ago or 20 years ago, I remember my first cell phone was as big as a brick, So I think it's all very exciting, but we should not lose sight of how this whole social media or this whole technology thing, how we're using it, because it's progress to me is not if you only have one choice of digital and then analog is gone, or if you have only a choice between the two. Progress should be if you have both choices. So, and again, I apologize, it's very echoey, so did I answer some part of your question? Because I still don't know if I...
Yes, you did. Thank you very much, sir.
Of course, thank you very much for the question.
Ok, resumen. La pregunta fue la relación de la tecnología. ¿En qué momento empezamos a avanzar en la tecnología y por qué no? Entonces él contesta que a partir de Roswell empieza a haber un avance acelerado en la tecnología y bueno, básicamente es eso, no hay pruebas tangibles de que ellos nos estén dando esos adelantos tecnológicos, pero pues se mencionan a los Watchers y se mencionan algunas otras experiencias de investigadores que pues nos hacen creer, ¿no?, que viene la tecnología de ellos. Y así va a seguir siendo durante mucho tiempo, porque así ha sido durante toda la historia de la humanidad. Okay, the next person.
Hello. First of all, it's a pleasure being here.
Same here.
Yeah.
Mucho gusto.
Just to settle the topic, my question. I don't know if you have heard of it, but there are these recent studies where the main subject are chimps and monkeys, where they have found that they are starting to use really basic tools. Basic tools, just like stones, sticks, to maybe, I don't know, hunt. There are these videos where you can see monkeys actually using spears to hunt fishes in the river. And so this raises the question. So we might see, or where might be seen, or maybe doing the same thing that they've done. Well, yeah, that we have done in the past.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's a great observation, because what you say is true, and you know, the whole question is fascinating. And so, you know, the fact that we get to, you know, witness this, I mean, we live in very, very exciting times. So I'm really happy that you brought that up. Great observation.
Ok, es más que nada una observación. Él nos comenta que, o la pregunta era que si había visto las investigaciones de los chimpancés que han estado haciendo, en los que ellos, o más bien nosotros les hemos estado enseñando a cazar con algunas herramientas. Entonces probablemente podría ser lo mismo que nosotros hicimos en el pasado y que ellos hicieron con nosotros, que fue enseñarnos. George Tsoukalos contesta que en efecto así es y que le agrada mucho que le hayan preguntado eso, porque pues sí, básicamente así es. Ok, thank you. The next person.
Thank you.
Hola Giorgio, mi nombre es Díaz y quiero preguntarte, muy cerca de aquí, very close from here, como 30 minutos, 30 minutes, es Tijuana, y desde el abril de 2016 hemos tenido sobre el Pacífico pues avistamientos para nosotros que no tienen una explicación, avistamientos que se han visto ante los ojos de toda la población de Tijuana y San Diego. Quiero saber si tienes conocimiento de eso y si piensas que eso podría ser la presencia de ovnis. Bueno, sí son, porque son objetos voladores no identificados, pero si podría ser la presencia de seres extraterrestres, para tu punto de vista, que están tratando de avisar algo al mundo o a esta frontera más visitada del mundo, que es Tijuana. Gracias.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Díaz and I want to ask you the next question. We live here in Tijuana. Well, Tijuana is 30 minutes ago, away from here. And then, well, we have been seeing a lot of lights there in Tijuana since April from this year. And yes, massive lights from April from today. So she wants to know if you have knowledge about this, and if you think that they may want to share with us something or give us some information, or I don't know, something like that, if they have a message.
Right, so I'm aware with what you're talking about. Thank you very much for the question. And you know, the lights that have recently been seen over San Diego and Tijuana, that area, the Navy actually has come forward and they said that these are flares. They're flares from drones, they're flares for exercises, military exercises. Now, that does not mean that some of the lights that we see in San Diego and over Tijuana and over Catalina Island, that those are not extraterrestrial in origin, but I agree that many of them are in fact military type exercises, you know, with flares and with stationary lights up in the air. And also, and this is something that has come out in the past 2 to 3 weeks, that the US government has admitted, for example, that some of the stories that have been shared or released over the past 2 years, where they said that they did not know the origin of the craft or the drones or the UAPs, the unidentified aerial objects, or that they are not of extraterrestrial origin, but they are of terrestrial origin, and that they are drones. So this is something that, you know, has now been admitted. But in the same breath, in the same report, they still say that there are still 5 to 10% that they cannot classify what it is, and in fact the classification, as they call it, is the so-called other, otro, meaning that it cannot be explained with whether it's, you know, a drone or something else. So, you know, and what I find so fascinating is that, you know, whose drones are these? I mean, if they are, you know, so now I would suggest that they're, you know, US drones, because nobody in their right mind would allow Chinese drones, you know, I hope, you know, land or go by close to a US aircraft carrier or something like, or a you know, a military boat. So it's all very fascinating right now, and I think that the extraterrestrials can use these exercises to mingle between the flares and look around, you know, because oftentimes we have heard of stories where in the 60s and in the 70s, entire nuclear rocket silos were disabled by floating, you know, hovering red discs that floated or hovered above nuclear rocket sites in the US. So, you know, it's all very strange. And of course, extraterrestrials would be interested in showing up in military zones or military exercise areas because of trying to figure out, well, how advanced are they? What's going on? I mean, not that we would have a chance, but, you know, they're curious. They've always observed us. So, you know, I think that anywhere where there's lights up in the sky, and you know, not everything can be explained with conventional means, and that's what we're after. Because I'm not after, if there's a UFO video, you know, with a reflection from a window pane and stuff like that, then I'm the first one to say, okay, mystery solved. It is a reflection. It's a, you know, or it's a hoax or something like that, because, you know, there's too much of that already going around. So we need to be a bit more careful, you know, with, you know, what we accept as, you know, evidence and what is clearly, you know, are satellites or military flares. So, you know, we should be a bit more discerning.
Ok, estoy enterado de estas luces que se han estado viendo en San Diego, en Tijuana. Estados Unidos ha aceptado que son ensayos militares, algunos son drones, algunos son cohetes, otros pueden ser naves. Sin embargo, hace 3 semanas sacaron un comunicado en el que ellos aceptan que algunas de esas naves pues son de ellos, pero dicen que del 5 al 10% de ellos no tienen conocimiento. Ellos, Estados Unidos dice que son drones. Sin embargo, pues no saben de quién son. Mencionan que pues no puede ser de otra nación, eso sería como algo muy raro. Entonces, pues está abierta la posibilidad de que sean extraterrestres, porque ellos siempre nos están observando y están interesados en saber qué tanto hemos avanzado tecnológicamente. No quiere decir que vayamos a tener un contacto muy rápido, pero están al pendiente. Y que también menciona al final como recomendación que no creamos todo lo que vemos como evidencia, que hagamos una investigación. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we have another. The last one, last question.
Buenas noches, señor Tsoukalos.
Buenas noches.
Saludarte. Soy el doctor Pablo Enrique García Sánchez. En el año 2009 dimos a conocer al mundo las piedras de Ojuelos en el programa de Jaime Maussan. También ahora estamos descubriendo una cultura aquí, allá en el estado de Guerrero, con una antigüedad de más de 50,000 años. Las piedras de Ojuelos es la relación de los aztecas con alienígenas, y esta cultura de Guerrero de más de 50,000 años es solamente alienígenas, y tenemos material biológico, arqueológico, y tenemos identificados los lugares. Está usted invitado a venir a conocer nuestro trabajo. Lo estamos presentando aquí con Dino.
Okay, it's more an invitation than a question, but And he wants to invite you here to know his research because in 2009 he presented his work with Lausanne, and it was, I don't know if you know the Ojuelos pieces, Ojuelos stones. They are some stones with these pictures, and it's a relation with from the Aztecs with the aliens. And then they find another culture in Guerrero State, and they see that it's almost the same stones and pictures, but this is just from aliens, and they have biologic material and archaeologic material, and well, he wants to invite you. And the archaeological place too, yes. And he wants.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm very interested in checking it out and seeing what he's discovered, because there's a lot of stuff out there that is rather fascinating.
Estoy muy interesado en ir definitivamente porque hay muchas cosas que son fascinantes ahí con ustedes. Thank you.
Vamos a pedir la presencia de la representante del alcalde Darío Benítez Ruiz.
Now wait a second. Am I still on there? Because okay.
Go ahead.
No, I really wanted to just say thank you to everyone, and especially I wanted to say thank you to Dino de Lambra, my good friend, who has organized this event, and everyone that has made this event happen. And thank you so much for letting me a part of this. And also I'd like to thank all of the fans that I have in Mexico, and it's one of my favorite countries in the world. I have been in Mexico over now a dozen times, and every single time it is one of my most favorite experiences. So for this, I wanted to really thank you, because you're some of the greatest people on earth. So thank you from the bottom de mi corazón profundo, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much, really. I just wanted to throw that in there, and thank you, Dino, and everyone.
That's okay. Giorgio, the city mayor has the honor you, your person. This is recognition. Is one of the three recognition in this World Fest. Because it's historic. It's historic for these sightings. So we have the representative of the city mayor right here.
Hello. Hola.
Soy Sandy Ramos, representante de alcalde Edgar Darío Benítez Ruiz. Es un honor contar en esta noche con tu presencia y sobre todo esta transmisión tan interesante. Creo que resolvimos muchas dudas y creo que después de esta presentación todos vamos a empezar a investigar más. Gracias por sembrar esa semilla aquí en nuestro municipio. El alcalde le manda a decir muchas gracias y que sin duda este será el evento el primero de muchos. Muchas gracias, y también voy a leer el reconocimiento donde dice: el gobierno de Tecate otorga el presente reconocimiento a Giorgio Tsoukalos Máximo por su ser referente y exponente de la astroarqueología mundial. Muchas gracias.
¡Histórico!
Muchas gracias. Muchísimas gracias. What a great honor. This is so wonderful. I cannot wait to, oh wow, thank you very much. This is very surreal, and I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart, and I cannot wait to attend the conference in person, and I can't wait to visit La Rumorosa in person and take a picture with this sign. Thank you, really. It's a tremendous honor.
It was a recognition from the Tecate State, from the city major. So it's here from Tecate, okay? This recognition. And you have another two, I think, or one?
No? Okay. we have a surprise for you, Giorgio. You'll be honored with the gold alien from the world of Office is right here with you.
Wow, thank you so much. Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, we want to send you this to your office, okay?
Yes, absolutely. It will come to a very good home, for sure.
So,
thank you very much.
We appreciate that you be here and give you a hug for your wife, is right there, and see you the 2023. Okay, Giorgio?
Yes, absolutely. You have my word. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And like I said, I viva Mexico. I love your country. You have some of the greatest, most enduring histories on planet Earth. So I can't wait to come back and visit.
See you, my friend. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
¿Qué les pareció? Súper interesante todo lo que mencionó Giorgio. Así que bueno, pues esperemos que en realidad en el 2023 esté físicamente en el World UFO Fest de Tecate y que podamos conocerlo, cuestionarlo sobre todo lo que implican pues estos grandes temas que tanto a ustedes como a un servidor nos apasionan. Así que bueno, pues ahí está. Súper chidillo, ¿a que sí? Bueno, pues miren, esta playeruki es de don Juan Carlos Peña. Dice, estamos aquí, y son de los avistamientos y los seres que ha logrado captar allá en Tecate. Y bueno, pues mire usted que está súper chidilla la playeruki de el UFO Fest, acá UFO Fest, y de don Juan Carlos Peña. Ahí está. Así que bueno, pues hoy se las presento. Si ustedes desean adquirir alguna de ellas, pueden ponerse en contacto directamente con don Juan Carlos. Esta me la obsequió, está súper chida, me gustó y hoy quise compartírselas a todos ustedes. Bueno, pues ahí está. Pues vámonos, jóvenes ilustres, les mando un fuerte abrazo. Gracias por ser parte de esta gran familia y los espero más tarde aquí en la casa de los Yohaneros Go. Gracias, nos vemos más tarde. Bye bye.